Gameranx presents another episode of Before You Buy, the show where we give you some straight up gameplay and some first impressions of the latest games releasing. This time around, we're talking about Paragon. This is Epic Games' first big foray into the MOBA genre with their own unique spin on it. Now, here's the deal with this game. This game is actually technically still in early access, but since right now on PC and PlayStation 4 it is live, you can buy into a Founders Pack starting at $20, $50, and like $100. Epic Games is technically kind of letting you buy in or selling this game early. And since this series of videos is called Before You Buy, we figured we'd give you some information before some of you guys might have considered spending money. What you also need to know is that there is going to be a free open beta in the summer. But regardless of the model, what type of game is this? Well, I said already, it's a MOBA, and it's got bits of League of Legends, some Dota, some Heroes of the Storm, but also some Smite elements. But ultimately, it kind of seems, it really feels like Epic Games' take on the genre. It looks like an Unreal-ass game. The art style, the direction, the map design, the character design is just very much Epic Games. And they kind of translated that over to the gameplay where you're not actually doing planned, automated attacks, you're actually aiming and clicking and attacking, whether it's melee, magic, or guns. What I do like here, what I did kind of take interest in ultimately, since I'm not the biggest MOBA fan, the third-person perspective really turned me on. It's not a top-down style game, it is a straight-up third-person game. I'm not gonna say third-person shooter at all because it doesn't feel like one, but you control a character and you move around and you square off against other players and other minions. It's very much classic MOBA style. Your team faces off on another team on the other side of the map with different choke points and tower points and places to defend and places to attack. You and your fellow teammates need to really work together here and use the different capabilities of your different heroes to your advantage to win the game. Matches can be over very quickly or go on for a really long time here. Some people are going to love that. Some people are going to feel it kind of grindy. Now, each side also has minions that go out and do their things and try to attack the player and try to attack the towers. And through grinding out and attacking some of these minions, you can earn more points and upgrade your character. Your character starts off very basic, and the more in-game points you earn allow you to upgrade your character's abilities, give yourself more abilities, and purchase cards. Yes, this game actually has a card system that kind of makes your character feel a bit more unique. You earn card points and you can buy cards, and there's passive and active stuff. There's like ability buffs that temporarily upgrade your armor or your attack power, but then there's also basic stuff like health and mana potions that you can use in match. Something that I do like is that you can actually build these decks, and some of you guys know building decks in a game can actually be pretty fun, and that kind of helps you do a unique spin on the character and how you want them to play. The characters here are pretty cool. I really like the designs of them, and all of them feel decidedly unique. Everyone plays differently, but I think ultimately if you're playing as a guy with a gun, most of the time it feels a bit too slow. Everything is a little too slow and monotonous and grindy for my taste, where sometimes after a while, if you're not in like a heated choke point, things can feel a little boring. But to some, that might not be an issue. Now, this is a really dense-ass game. There are a lot of things to learn, but thankfully the game does provide a bunch of videos and things to read and watch to really learn how to play the game, because there is a learning curve here, and I think that's to be said about every MOBA. It is a little bit more accessible, I guess, because the community is still growing here, and that is an important thing here. Teamwork is key. I mentioned that you gotta work together with your players to really win and succeed. This is obviously much better on the PC version, which I played a little bit, because players are just used to it. A lot of PC players might be MOBA players and might know what they're doing if they're jumping into Paragon, and I definitely picked up on that when playing on PC. Players are just used to this type of thing and willing to communicate and work things out. When I did play on PlayStation 4, the players are still figuring out this whole MOBA thing. So communication was kind of iffy, and people were kind of just running around and losing matches, and it was just a big shit show. There are some commands with L1 that make communication pretty easy. It's a pretty good system, probably one of the better ones I've seen on a console, to just make quick commands, quick callouts to kind of get your point across. They work. And performance-wise, this game does look good on PlayStation 4 and can keep up with the PC somewhat. It's a good-looking game. It looks cool. It's exciting. There's lots of particles, lots of explosions, and the characters look pretty damn amazing. I only encountered a few glitches here and there, just some slight lag and some characters getting stuck in the geometry, but already, since this is an early access game, it still feels very, very polished, and I think Epic Games is going to use that to their advantage. It's solid. And I mean, you gotta give them credit for putting this MOBA directly on PlayStation 4 on a console. That's pretty crazy, but so far it seems to be pretty decent, especially when players start really figuring it out and when a community develops. But what is cool is that there is PC, PS4 crossplay, so you can see sometimes if you're playing on PS4, you might be playing against some PC characters. I like that. Also, one other thing you should know, that right now you do get a bunch of characters to play around with, but you really only get one map. Thankfully though, you do get a few different modes. You can play just with the AI, you can play with friends, or you can do matchmaking. This game still has a long way to go, especially in terms of winning over console players who maybe aren't aren't really into MOBAs. But I think Paragon has some potential. I just wanted to put this video out here because some people might actually be considering dropping some money to get a Founders Pack to get into this game early. With a Founders Pack, you get a few extra little things here and there, but ultimately in the game, the heroes are free and cards can only be earned by playing the game. It seems pretty fair, and they're really working on balancing and making sure that you can't just pay a lot of money and be better at the game. And I definitely appreciate that. But really, it's up to you guys. I've given you the basic idea of this game the best I could. Sometimes it's kind of hard to describe or articulate why MOBAs are good and fun, but maybe by seeing this video and maybe jumping in yourself, maybe you'll get the idea. If you did jump into Paragon early, I really would like to know what you think, because I went out on a limb with this one. It was a weird one, and I was like, why not? Let me try it. So if you did jump into this early, if you are a founder or whatever, let me know in the comments what you think of Paragon. And what I do want to talk about are characters. Do you guys see these characters taking off and really being beloved characters like HOTS or Dota characters? Because I find them all pretty unique, and each one has a distinctive spin and fun way to play them. Let me know your favorite character down in the comments, as well as anything else you wanted about Paragon. But you guys know the deal. Clicking the like button on this video really helps us out, and we appreciate it so much. And if this is your first time coming around, subscribing is a good idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.